Okay, you're recording again.
All
Cool.
right, all right. Can you give me like the full breakdown on what you think happens, or why you believe such is the case that Asta or Yami would beat Vetto in the Seabed Temple arc?
Well, basically what I just said. Freaking Yami and Asta were having a tough time fighting Patri, and three other captains that had to come
I
help
like how you say
defeat them.
pottery. It is kind of hot.
Yeah. Um. Um. They didn't end up defeating them up until the other captains came. Then the Midnight Sun came to defeat them, and then Patri admitted that he that Vetto and everybody in the Midnight Sun surpassed him in combat. Um, so this was right the after that statement was made. So Yami had no time to train, or he didn't gain any new form.
Okay,
Also,
okay. So you're aware that like the
so
game master says that Yami is like too strong. He wouldn't be any fun for him to be there, right?
yeah, I'm aware
Okay.
of that.
And
Well,
you know that
that's against freaking Magic Knights that are not
yeah,
even
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
captain level.
Okay. So then that would mean that like he's too strong and too fast, like above all the other Magic Knights that are in there, right?
I mean, yeah,
Okay. And you're aware that like Finral and Vanessa can both react to Veto, right?
they can react to him though.
Okay. So then Yami is
They
so
they
much
could react. You
faster
would have to send a scan why they could
because they're able
react
to
to.
work in conjunction with each other in order to overcome Veto's speed whenever they're fighting against him alongside
Well,
Asta.
they had that fucking spatial magic and thread magic. That's not really reacting to him.
Yes, it is. Because they're moving it at speeds and maneuvering Asta at speeds where Veto can barely
So you think
resist.
teleportation is speed?
I'm talking specifically about Vanessa. I don't care about Finral.
Okay. So you said what?
So she's moving her threads in such speeds that it's difficult for him to not only react to the threads, but what is like coming from the threads, which is or what is being pulled by the threads, which is Asta.
Mm,
In fact, she
okay.
entirely
But that
speeds.
was because he was getting overwhelmed by teleportation,
Excuse me. No, no, no.
and
Even when he's
also
not getting
Vanessa
overwhelmed,
was
I can show you.
pulling away
I don't care.
Asta from the attacks that he
Even
was
when it's
making.
literally just like he's just chilling, she's still able to like completely engulf him in the threads. I'll post that. I'll post
Okay.
it in general.
Also, what's it called?
Okay, so then like Vanessa is able to at the very
You would
least
have
is able to
you would have to
react to.
prove to me how much faster that Yami is. That he said he's too powerful to be in there, not too fast. You would have to prove
I
that he's
mean,
faster.
one would entail the other in the context of like a game, right? But I'm also
No,
gonna prove that
I
Finral
mean,
can.
if
I'm
he's
also
more
gonna prove
powerful,
that
doesn't
Finral can
necessarily.
react.
Well, Zagrid was more powerful than Yami
I'm also
when they
gonna prove.
fought. That
I
that
don't
doesn't
think
mean
that
that.
no. I don't think that Zagred could see like a dark dimension slash.
Yo, take that music. All right.
But I'm also gonna prove that like Finral can react, right?
Chapter 69. Shock.
There you go. I've also like proven that Finral can react to Veto's attacks.
The fuck? Okay, because you weren't giving up. Oh, I mean.
And then I'll prove that like that Vanessa has the speed to like react to Veto as well.
Okay.
So you agree that like these characters are all able to react to Veto's attacks.
You still have yet to contest
And then
the point that I'm.
this is third eye Veto as well, right? You agree to those?
Mhm.
You agree to those
Yeah.
premises?
You would have to what's it called?
All
You
right, do
still
you
have yes.
agree to my premises?
What? What did you say? I'm sorry. Again, please repeat. That Vanessa and Finro can react to him.
That Vanessa and Finral can react to third eye Veto, and then it was stated by the
So
game master that Yami was too strong to be allowed in the game.
Okay. So you think that
Can you just say that you agree or disagree?
yes, I agree to them being able to react to him, but do you think that reaction speed equals combat speed, or like him being able like travel speed and stuff, like them being able to blitz him and shit?
Um, in
Because
the instance of
if you're
Vanessa,
able to react
in
to
the
something,
instance
that
of
doesn't mean
Vanessa, yes, because her combat or her attack speed, right, would be her string magic. So her being able to react and pull something away with string would be like her attack speed as well. In the instance of Finral, also yes, because his main style of attacking is just sending your attack back at you.
all right. But you would have to prove that the context that he was using was speed as well, just because he was more powerful. Like freaking Yami solos the Black Bulls at the beginning of the series. That doesn't mean he's faster than them. You would have to prove how Yami's faster, and then that in the context that the game master was talking, you would have to prove that he was talking about speed as well, and that
Yeah,
he was aware of Yami.
I
And
believe that.
also
Excuse me, are you
Yami,
going to continue to
he's
shotgun me? You've given me a
he's.
burden of proof. I'm trying to fulfill it. Can you please be quiet?
Hold up, I'm not done yet with what I'm saying
I don't
either.
care.
Oh,
You've given me a burden
I'm
of
okay.
proof. I'm
All
going
right.
to
So
fulfill
look,
it.
can I? You're cutting me off. Can I
No,
finish
you're
my
shotgunning
sentence?
me.
It's
You're trying
it's
to
it's
jam
still
me with so.
okay.
Excuse me. You're trying to
Okay.
jam me with so many different so many different premises that I can't react to all of them. So I'm going to ask you to be
Okay.
quiet while I
Well, it's
fulfill your
not.
burden of proof.
It's within the same premises too. So
No, it's going to be a different point. I can assure you.
okay. All right. Go ahead, man.
I just have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
So, in terms of anime debates, so for example, Dio versus Goldo, both of them can stop time. How does that work in a fight? Can they both just move through their stop time?
Okay, so
Like if Goldo stopped
there's a
time, could
difference,
Dio?
right? So Dio is shown to not be able to move whenever someone else stops time. You're aware of that, right?
Oh, okay. So,
Like
like, what about?
whenever Jotaro stops time on Dio is stuck there.
This guy's a
At least
myth,
to my
huh?
recollection, right? So there are some people who have like
I
time
mean, he's
hacks
a Bavaya
resistance
girl.
only in their own stop time, but there are some people who can just traverse time that has been stopped, such as you have characters with certain speed who can do such. So it would be
Okay,
different. It would depend on the person.
so then, like, for example, wait, does as death follow that same rule? For example,
I couldn't tell you the specifics, but back to my debate with Asta, right?
Yeah,
You're
okay,
yeah,
you're a you're a touch too strong. The game wouldn't be fun anymore. And then
yep.
Yami says you do have good eyes, so you knew that, huh, Gramps? Right?
Mhm,
So let's say that strength is the only thing, right? Let's try and go through your interpretation, right? Let's
mhm.
say that strength is the only benefactor. We then come to the conclusion that Yami's raw physical strength must be above everyone in the room. But
Yes.
we know that some of these people are able to affect Vetto, right? Which means
Mhm.
that unless you believe Vetto's physical strength, right, is in no way above the rest of the Magic Knights, which then I can just say that Yami is above them, so he would also be above Vetto, right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
would have to conclude that it's more than just physical strength, that it must be multiple things.
Mm. Okay. So you would also have to prove that this game master can quantify his strength. Has he seen Yami in combat? Has he seen Yami's speed?
I don't think he has to.
Yeah, you have to prove that it's a quantifiable statement or that we can take it into account.
No, I don't believe I have to. Because Yami
Is he a,
agrees with the
is
statement.
he a credible source?
Yami agrees with the statement, which is all I care about. And I think Yami
Yami
would have
agrees with the statement. I
excuse me.
mean,
I believe that
ha,
Yami would have like the best information on everyone in the Black Bulls, right? He would know their
yeah,
strengths and their
he would.
weaknesses. See, yeah, okay. So that if Yami agrees with the statement, right, then I think this statement is credible enough.
Well, how do you know it's not an ego statement? Like him just hyping himself up.
That's you're trying to assert a negative onto me and ask me to prove it. I refuse to do so.
Okay. All right. So
So then Yami's over Vetto. Thank you.
what happened?
So Yami's over Vetto. Thank you.
So you're saying these people surpassed Patri as well? Because
Huh?
Yami couldn't beat Patri by himself. Yami had a high difficulty with Patri, and Patri
That
won the
just means
battle
that
until the
that
other
just
captains
means that
came.
like Yami broke his limits at the end of the fight and wasn't able to show it off.
Okay.
Okay, so you concede, right?
No, I don't concede. I mean, I don't know why you would think that. Okay.
Because these people can easily react to Vetto, right? And they can like inflate their
Easily. They
magic.
had a tough time reacting to Vetto. They ended up getting overwhelmed by Vetto, actually.
No, that was only whenever Asta himself was slowing down, right? But whenever it's just their magic, it's easy.
Oh,
In
okay.
fact, Vetto says that like he can't just continue to throw attacks at them because all of them will just be sent back by Federal. Do you need me to fetch that?
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
He specifically says that his long range attacks just won't do, and he'll have to like pick them off at close range specifically.
What happened? Let me see. My long distance attack never touched that anti magic sword that speed. User just sends them right back. Oh, for me, he's quite fast and accurate. In that case, I'll just have to pick them off at close. Okay, what does this prove again?
It proves that Veto's of the belief that all of his his long range attacks will just get spliffed by Federal.
Not
So
by Finral,
therefore,
it's
spatial
by
magic user just sends them right back. Yeah, that'd be Federal.
no, it literally says my long distance attack never even touched the anti magic sword. Meaning that Asta would just deflect everything. Oh
You're an
wait, no, never
idiot.
mind.
You're an
Never
idiot.
mind, never mind, never mind, never mind.
Okay,
Right after. All right,
thank
cool,
you.
cool, cool,
I'm glad you
cool, cool,
reread it.
cool, 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 cool. Mm-hmm. This just proves he can't use long range. It just proves that he'll have
Yeah,
to go
it
short,
proves
and
that
that's
his
and that's
no,
his
it
and
proves
that's
that
his
his
strength.
long range. No, Asta. It proves that his long range is easily reacted to by these two characters, which is what I was
Okay.
trying to say. So therefore, Yami can also easily react to it because Yami is greater than these two characters.
Mm. Can you prove that? Okay. All right. Never
I
mind.
already
Yeah.
did.
Cool. So, I mean, you didn't prove why the game master was a credible source, but
No, I didn't have to because you said that Yami was a credible source and Yami agreed with the game master.
mm. I said it could be an ego statement, but at that point, you didn't contest that. You literally just said, "Well,
I said,
I
why
don't, I
is
don't."
it?
You did not say why is it. You literally just said we're not going to talk about that. I
No,
mean, if
that's not what I said. I
well,
challenged the
you would have to
idea, and then
prove
you
why it's
buckled
not
under it.
Yami hyping himself
No,
up.
that's a negative claim, right? You're asking me to prove a negative, which is not my burden of proof. If I make a
How am
claim,
I
I am to
proving a
prove it.
negative? How am I
No,
proving
you're
proving
an
a negative?
idiot. Listen to what I
How?
say. You're not listening to me. You're
What'd you
trying
say?
to respond, right? Thinking that you know what you're talking about, and you don't. So I'm going to make this
Okay.
very clear. Proving a negative is the act of like saying, okay, here's a claim, here's the claim on its head, right? Prove the opposite of the claim. Prove that this claim is not the truth. And that's impossible. You can never prove the non existence of something, ever.
Okay.
So therefore, I'm refusing to prove this negative claim because it's impossible.
Okay.
And it's
So
bad for debate
you want
to
to move to
say,
conclusions? You want to move to conclusions?
yeah, are you fine with Ayako judging?
Yeah. Wait.
He's been here the whole time.
Ayako, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Cool. All right, so you could go, or actually, I'll go first. Okay, so the reason I think I won is that okay, stop doing
Me
that.
too.
Okay, so I said that Patri Vetto scales above Patri, who Yami had a tough time. with, and then he implied that Yami could have got a buff at the end of the fight and couldn't showcase that, which that is an assumption that he made himself.
No, it wasn't. That was a conclusion that you're.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. This is my
Sir,
conclusion. You cannot,
Then quit making new arguments.
you cannot argue with me in the
You
conclusion.
can't make
You
new
agreed.
arguments either.
You agreed to move to the conclusion. Okay. Now please don't interrupt me.
Then quit
Okay, cool.
making new arguments.
So okay, you're interrupting me, sir. That's 2 times. Okay. Let me continue. All right. So the reason I think I won is because I proved that Vetto was above Patrick. In combat. Patrick said it himself. He agreed to that. Then he came up with the point that Yam had untapped potential that he couldn't use against Patri, which was an assumption in its own. Then he tried to say that the Grandmaster was a credible source or can quantify Yami's strength, and I contested him on that. And then he used the point that Yami agreed to it, which makes it a valid statement. Then he went on with the point that Finro and Vanessa can react to Vetto, and Vetto had to go close range with them, which means that their speed is above or relative to Vetto. And Yami being more powerful than them would mean that he's faster than Vetto, and that he can easily beat Vetto. When it was a 3-on-1. Wait, no. Yeah, that's my conclusion.
Spencer?
Hey, Akko, do you actually need me to conclude?
No.
Okay, go for it. Give me your judgment.
Low diff Spencer.
Wait, what? He didn't even conclude at all.
He didn't have to.
He shit on you the whole debate.
I fucking shit on you.
It was annoying.
Literally.
Look at your chest, big dog. It's sitting right there still.
He sent a scan for every argument that you tried telling him, and like he proved like everything your points, like he debunked all your points. Like
He even added the page and chapter.
yeah, I know.
All right, yo, send me that recording, please.
Send me that.
I'll have it uploaded by Friday.
All right, what's your YouTube?